So, in this time of panic or chaos or mass hysteria, whatever you want to call it, um, there's a lot of people scrambling to get what they need for their families to be able to have a sustainable way of living for the next month or two, because we really don't know what's going to happen, right? But I think this is a perfect time to let yourself know that whenever there's a lot of negativity around you, or a lot of chaos, or a lot of mass hysteria, and people don't really know what to do, there's always an opportunity to benefit from that. I think if you look throughout history, most of the entrepreneurs that have prospered greatly have always taken advantage of bad times. Because it seems like, especially in America or in this time of living, it seems like there's more bad times than good times. But then, one could also attribute that to, your own mind and the way you think, really. But I think, well, here's a perfect quote. I think this guy was about to run into me with his bike. I don't think they covered that on my insurance. But here's a perfect quote, right? I believe it was one of the Rothschilds that was living in the 1900s, who came over here from France or England. Whenever the stock market crashed in the 20s or 1918, whenever it was, right? I think it was the 20s. I'm paraphrasing, but he said basically, when there's blood in the streets, that's when I take advantage. So basically, the stock market crashed, all the stocks were low, so he bought up everything for cheap. And I think everybody's aware of that. In this particular situation, all the stocks are low as well. So now would be a good time, I would think, to buy a lot of stocks. I'm not that versed or well versed in the stock market, so really don't take any advice from me. You probably should listen to somebody that works at Charles Schwab, right? But just throwing that out there. But basically, whenever there's a lot of chaos going on in your life, whether it be in your family or in your home, you have to sit back and you have to ask yourself, how can I benefit from this? How can I lend a helping hand to those around me to create positivity? Because as a person that has suffered from a bunch of anxiety, like a crap load of anxiety my whole life, I have realized that I've been able to prosper a lot more when I'm able to turn that negativity into positivity, and I don't look at that negativity as negativity. Like, especially when it comes to anxiety, I don't look at anxiety as negativity. I look at anxiety as fuel. You know, so that's what you really have to do in this particular time. And I do believe if you're patient enough and you take the time to actually sit down and realize what's going on and just listen to your inner self, I do believe you can prosper in this time. I do believe we all can. But it's all about being able to recognize opportunities when they arrive.